So sitting down on our mats, cross legs, hands cupped over the knees, having our cushion and our block close by. Immediately, when you sit down on your mat, you connect with your practice, you connect with that intention. Elevate the spine nice and long, drop your elbows into the sides of your chest. Through the breath, scan through the body, maybe drop the knees a little wider, feel the opening in the front of the hips. Following the breath through the spine, feel its length, and then feel the strength in the spine with your exhale. Notice where your head is. Can you drop the back of your skull in alignment with your shoulders? Opening up the front of the heart space. And with your exhale, follow it all the way to the end of the breath. Deep breath in, roll the chin up towards the ceiling. Open the front of the throat. And then exhale, rolling the chin down and over to the chest, folding the chin into the neck. And hold the exhale. When it's time, breathing in, roll your chin up to the ceiling, opening the front of the throat. Exhaling, rolling chin down to chest, feeling that nice neck rolls, stretch and tuck the chin in. Hold the exhale. Breathing in, chin rolls up, stretch. Exhale, move with the breath and then hold. Last one, in and up. And then release forward, chin down to chest, hold. Gaze comes through to center. Feel nice lengthen through the side body, and we rotate in the hips as we come round circles. You can make them small as you like, or as big as you like. Rule number one is listen to your body. Oh my goodness, this is a difficult lesson sometimes. And move with the breath. Feel that you can really rotate into it and come back. 2 more circles round as you pendulum through to center. Pausing, and then we move the opposite direction. Let's see if we can make the breath slow and then make the movement match the breath. It's always a sinking into the body, a surrendering into the breath. 2 more rounds. Last one. Feeling your nice tall spine reaching up through the back. Bring the knees in, rolling around to be long on the mat. We're going to take that nice stiff cushion and we're going to place it behind the upper back in the bra strap area. So it's like an assisted fish that we're going to encourage here. So you roll down onto the cushion, having your shoulder blades over it. Bum is on the floor and then reaching back with the back of the skull, touching onto the mat. Tuck your shoulders open, feel that heart space lengthen. And then heel toe your feet together. Point your toes and then stretch your legs out straight with pointed feet. Feel that nice length all the way from the hips on the side of obliques and the lifting of the rib cages up to the ceiling. Then inhale, reach your arms up as if you're holding an imaginary ball in front of you, shoulders in line. And then with your next exhale, reach your hands up and over. Maybe they touch onto the floor, maybe cactus arms, and lengthen and stretch. Feel again now that you can kind of shimmy the shoulders underneath you and then lift through the front chest. Feel that freedom in the front body. Take 2 more deep breaths in and out here. Feel the armpits stretch. Keep the toes pointed, keep the legs active. Last deep breath in. And complete breath out. The arms come up in line, holding back into that imaginary ball in front of you. Then slide your elbows down next to your chest. And then bring your arms out to the sides like 2 L shapes next to you with your palms facing up. Shimmy the elbows in next to you and push up through the rib cage. Feel that lovely arch. Slight chin tuck and lengthen. Keep the legs active. Keep those toes pointed. And then bringing the hands back through to the middle. Bring your hands now up straight in prayer. And see if you can keep your shoulders down. Maybe keeping your leg as one leg. Lift your legs up to a 45-degree angle. See if you can keep them straight. And maybe you can bring your hands up also to a 45-degree angle, like you're making a V almost with the body here, or a tick. Hold this, keep the strength there. 2 more breaths. Last one. And then bring your hands into your chest and bend your knees and place your feet down onto the mat. Lift your knees up. And then bring them down. Raising into the feet, lift the pelvis off the mat, join your chest up to, your pelvis up to the ceiling like you do in bridge pose. And then release your back down onto the mat and roll over to the side, release the cushion to the side. We're going to do a couple of roll-ups. And we're going to see if we can roll ourselves up with into Malasana squat. So bring your knees into the hands. The back of your hands going into the fold of the knees. And just start to make like little spinal rolls onto the mat. Maybe you can feel the nice little spinal massage. And then go for a little bit more sort of speed into the rolls as you touch your feet to the floor, starting to get ready for a squat as you come up, and lift and see if you now are forward in squat at the front of the mat. Good. Or you can help yourself up with your hands and we reach and lift. Feeling into the squat, see if you can lengthen through the spine, lift up through the back of the skull. And then rotate onto your left foot and lift the heel and look over to the right hand side as you bring your hands around for a twist. Inhale, walk the hands to the middle, bring your hands to center. And then exhale, hands to the floor, drop your right knee and look over to the back. Coming back through to the midline, hands to the middle, pause. And then going over to the other side, knee drops over to the other side. Last one, reaching back through to the middle and going over to the side, up to the midline and over to the right. Coming back through to center, you can either use your hands or if you're really flexible, no hands, as you bring the hands to the floor and the bum to the ground. Roll yourself over and around, coming up onto the knees. Maybe you could use a cushion in between the knees if you're experiencing a little bit of pain in the knees. As you sit down in the cushion, keeping the spine nice and lifted. Also without the cushion, if that's your flavor. Good. Reaching up through the top of the head. We're going to bring the hands onto the front of the thighs. Then rolling into C-shaped spine, we go into a seated cat. Tuck the chin in. Inhale, hands slide up the thighs, drawing the chest up through the upper arms, lift the chest, chin up. Exhaling, round C-shaped spine. Inhale, drawing the chest up for cow pose, lifting up through the chin. Do 3 more like this with your breath. Encourage a sort of moving meditation. Maybe close your eyes, let your gaze go inward. Breath comes out, moving into C. Inhale up. Last one. And in. You can stay on the knees or have crossed legs. And we're going to lift the right arm up in line with the ear and then go for a side stretch over to the left-hand side, reaching and stretching into the right rib cage. Inhale, bring both arms up in line with the ears. Drop your right arm to the floor, reach over with the left. We're going to do 2 more to each side. So inhale, reach up, and exhale, reach over. Nice, breathing in and up, and exhale, release. Last one, nice. And over. Up to center. And reach. Come back through to the midline. Rest your hands round down to the sides. Lift yourself forward onto the knees. Now tuck your toes under and come back into sitting. Or an attempt at sitting. So sometimes the feet are quite stiff. They're not fans of this. You see if you can lift yourself just for a moment to stretch into the front of the toes. Elevate the spine. Keep breathing. Don't stop breathing yet. And then we bring ourselves forward and down. Spread the toes back behind you and give them a little nod. Make your knees nice and wide and lengthen your tail down to your heels as you go into a nice extended child's pose stretch. Feel into the whole sides of the body as they reach forward, heart down, and then maybe the forehead down to the mat. Perhaps your forehead would like a little massage on the mat, and you can just rotate the frontal lobe from side to side as you do a slow sort of no on the mat. Release into the neck. Inhale, look forward, walk your hands back towards your body, bring the knees together or sit in crossed legs, find what works for you. And we're going to bring our hands into the center of the body, lifting up through the spine. Inhale, reach your arms open, lift your chin up to the ceiling. Exhale, reach your arms forward, C-shaped spine, touch the fingertips. Inhale, hands come through to heart. And exhale, draw the hands down, lift up through the back of the neck. Inhale, reach your arms up and open, big hug. Exhale, reach, C-shaped spine, touch. Inhale, hands come through to prayer. Exhale, sink into the palms, lift up through the spine. Deep breath in, reach your arms open. Exhale, draw the hands together to touch. Inhale, hands come through to center. And exhale, draw the hands down. Bring your hands to the mat and bring your heels out. Your heels in, toes out as we come into Malasana squat. Maybe you want to just do a little rocking from side to side as you get the strength in the legs. Arch in here to touch the floor and then rise up into 5-pointed star. Or if you're feeling strong, you can bring your arms up in line or to the sides, V-shaped arms, and standing up all the way, we reach up. Bring your heels, toes through to center, coming into Tadasana legs as we stand up nice and tall. Now let's really feel mindful in our Tadasana. Lift up the toes. You've got an inner arch of your feet. Now see if you can feel an outer arch of your feet as well. As you've lifted up the toes, then spread the feet. See if you can keep the arches lifted and bring the toes down to the mat. A nice active open toe stretch. Now bend into the knees and bring your hands next to your sides. And we're going to just do a little roll on the feet, forward and back. Maybe you can come onto the balls of the feet and then onto the heels. Feel that the body is stable and that the lift is in the heels. And you're getting a good kind of ankle mobility as well. Last 2. And 1. Coming up through to standing. Inhale, we reach our arms up in line with the ears. Holding onto the right wrist, lengthen up and move over to the left. Inhale through to center, holding onto the left wrist and going over to the right. Reaching up through to center, palms away from one another. Big circle with the arms all the way through to heart. Then bring your fingers to touch and your elbows out in line. Bend into the knees. And you can walk the feet out or maybe jump out into 5-pointed star. Heels in, toes out, spread into the fingertips. And then exhale, we roll ourselves down into goddess squat. Good. Arms open up, inhale, roll your chin to the ceiling. Exhale, reach forward with the hands touch. Inhale, hands to prayer. Exhale, sink a little lower. Inhale, 5-pointed star. Exhale, squat. Inhale, reach open the arms. Exhale, reach forward. Inhale, hands to heart. Exhale, sink a little lower. Rising, last one up, 5-pointed star. Exhale, elbows bend, knees bend. Inhale, open up. Exhale, reaching forward. Inhale, hands to prayer. Exhale, reaching down. Coming up, 5-pointed star. Hook your left toes in and your right foot out. Coming into triangle legs. Reach forward with your right hand. And bring it down onto the leg, into Trikonasana, triangle pose. Maybe bring the top hand onto the top hip, and then roll that shoulder open, and see if you can get your head in line with the spine. And then reach up again with the top hand, making sure that you're not hanging on your bottom hand, that you're holding yourself up with the obliques. Then look down towards your bottom foot. Bend into that knee, wimble the top hand around, and step your back foot a little forward to pyramid legs. Back leg is pointing to the top corner of the mat. Maybe you need to bend into the front knee and then lift for a halfway lift. Maybe holding onto the shins and then bending into the elbows, lengthening the skull and dropping the chin. Maybe the hands are on the floor. Keep it strong. See if you can get your hips to be square. Now bend generously into the right knee and send the left foot back to the back of the mat for crescent lunge. Reach up as we come up with our arms in line with the ears. Send your left hand down and reach over to the left with your top hand. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, right hand goes down, reaching over to the right. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, cactus arms to the sides. Reach your arms back and down around to touch the front of the mat. Now take your right foot and lift yourself onto the left toes. Lift the back knee. Circle yourself around so that you can come to looking to me. And be down on your right knee. Left leg is long. Can touch the floor. Keep lifting in the chest. Bend yourself over and go over to the other side. Good, nice lift. Just touch the floor. You can use it as a little launch mark. You're going back over to the right. Lifting up, over to the left. Last one, going to the right and lift. Then sending ourselves over to the left. Swivel yourself around and down now, that your right knee goes to the mat and the left foot is forward for that lunge. Reach your arms up in line with your ears as you come up for crescent moon. Right hand goes down to the side and reach over to the right. Coming back through to center and over to the left. Bring your arms up in line with your ears. Cactus arms, shoulders back. Reach your arms back and down, touching the front of the mat. Step your back foot at a 45-degree angle, halfway up the mat for pyramid legs. Inhale, halfway lift, maybe bend the front knee. And then exhale, going for a mindful forward fold, maybe tucking the chin. See where the hips are, can you keep them level? Keep breathing. Inhale, halfway lift. Now bend into your left leg and send your right leg back for triangle legs. And bring your hand onto the inside of your left calf and lift your arm up to the ceiling, going into triangle pose. Good. Reach up. Spread your hands at the top. Maybe bring that hand onto the back and open up and lift up again. Then as if somebody's drawing you up from that top hand, we lift ourselves up, heels in, toes out, 5-pointed star. Exhale into the elbows, bending into the knees, going into goddess squat. Inhale, we reach ourselves up, 5-pointed star. Draw your palms up, bring your feet in, and then bending into the knees, we jump ourselves back to center. Holding onto the right wrist, lengthen up through the side, and exhale for a stretch. Inhale through to center, holding opposite wrist and over. Breathing in one last time, reaching round and down. Hands come through to heart, Samastatihi. Feel again into your Tadasana pose. Just feel how nice and strong the body is. Opening into the heart space. And then land your hands into the middle. Lift up into the toes. Find your foundation of your feet and press your feet into the mat. Inhale, reaching the arms up. Exhale, releasing your left arm, right arm down and going over to the side. Inhale, reaching up. And exhale over to the other. Coming back to center, making a big circle all the way around, and hands come through to midline, touching the fingertips, opening the shoulders. Bending into the knees, maybe a step, maybe a jump, 5-pointed star. Good. Exhale, bending into the elbows, lifting up through the chest. Horse pose. Inhale, open up the arms, extend it back. Exhale, reach forward, touch. Inhale, hands to heart. Now exhale, we sink, if we can sink a little lower, almost touching the floor, maybe touching the floor. Rising back up, 5-pointed star. Exhale, bend elbows, bend knees. Inhale, open up. Exhale, reaching forward. Inhale, hands to heart. Exhale, touch the floor. Last one, high 5-pointed star. Exhale, elbows bend. Inhale, opening up. Exhale, reaching forward. Inhale, hands to heart. Exhale, touch the floor. Reaching ourselves back up. Bring your arms out in line with your shoulders. And we bring the right foot to point in and the left foot to point out for triangle pose. Reach forward with the left hand, bring yourself down into Trikonasana. Opening up and through to the side body, stretching into the top hand. Make a nice deep breath in and out here. Make sure you're light in that bottom arm. Then lifting up through your top arm, let's reverse the triangle pose, Trikonasana. And then bringing your hands back through to the front of the mat, setting yourself up for pyramid legs. Bring that back leg forward, toes pointing out. Bring the hands onto the back of the hips and rise up through to standing. Lift your front toes. Feel your hands solid on the hips and then interlace your hands and open up the back of the shoulders. And then we're going to draw ourselves forward and down. Maybe the hands can come with. Maybe you need to bend that front knee a little bit and feel sort of like a humble warrior meets triangle pose. Looking back to the back toes, keeping your shoulders away from your ears. And then release your hands down onto the mat. And we're going to see if we can roll our back heel up off the mat, going onto the tippy toes of the back foot and giving the front foot a little bit more strength. And then rolling back down onto the back heels. Inhale, it's a seesaw of the back leg. And then exhale, rolling down into the heels. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, sending it back. Then take your back foot and send it further back. Bring the knee down to the mat. Rising up through to crescent moon. And then bringing your hands down next to your sides, holding onto the back of the hips. You can stay here or maybe tuck the back toes under. Ready yourself to come up into your squat with your knee off the mat. Good. Inhale, arms rise up in line with the ears. Send your right arm down to the side and going for a side stretch. It's a stretch and a balance. Inhale through to center, and then a stretch over to the other side. Inhale, reaching up, and then exhale, make a nice circle all the way around behind you, and then bring your hands to the front of the mat. Bring your feet to both look forward now. Bring your toes in and your heels out. In an extended forward fold, wide leg forward fold. Walk your hands a little forward and then feel into a nice long spine. Feel it lifting through the chest. See if you can walk your hands now closer towards the feet. And then skip your right hand under and see if you can hold onto your left ankle. Send your left hand forward and then reach your chest forward and then see if you can bring your gaze to go underneath your left armpit. Going for a little twist here. Inhale, bring your hands back through to the front of you onto the floor. And then we scoop the right hand over the left leg, the opposite leg, looking underneath the armpit and straightening the top hand. Going in for the twist. Inhale, hands come to the front of the mat. And then bring yourself to go onto the heel of the right leg and come down onto the left leg, lifting up into a side squat. We're going to go over to the opposite side of the mat, side squat, lift, good. Back through to center. You can also do this without the hands. Maybe you can keep them in prayer as you slide yourself across and over. That's the next level. Last one, over to the side. And then end off on the other side of the mat that you went on earlier. Swivel yourself across and down into a lunge. It should be the left knee back and the right foot forward. Reaching up and open, bring your arms in line with your ears, and then bring your hands back behind you onto the tail. Option here to stay here or tuck the toes under and lift up into a lunge with your knee off the ground. Arms rise up in line with the ears. It's that balance and stretch. One arm comes down, left arm reaching over with the top. Come back through to center. And then reaching to the other side. Up we come. Hands roll back and round and down. And send that back foot now forward for pyramid legs. 45-degree angle with the back foot. Hands onto the back of the hips. Rise up through to standing. Bring your hands behind you. Now interlace it so that the other pinky, the weird pinky, is at the back. It feels weird. And then open the heart so you can straighten your elbows. Inhale, open chest, and exhale, forward fold. You might need to bend the front knee, or if it goes straight, great. Straight, great. Stretching into that front hammy. Then looking forward, bring your hands to the front of the mat. Feel a halfway lift. Walk your hands closer towards the center of the body onto the floor. And then see if you can draw yourself off onto the back, big toe, or the ball of the foot. And then the exhale, the heel comes down. Inhale, drawing a little seesaw feel in the back leg onto the toes. And then pressing the foot down into the flat foot. Last one, reaching forward with the foot. And then bringing it down. See if we can set now, so nice bend into the front knee. And send the back leg down for triangle pose. Pigeon toes slightly in. Bringing your right hand onto the inside of the leg. Opening a bow and arrow with the top arm, stretching into the top hand. Good, breathing here. Nice strength. Open up the ribs. And then reaching up and over, coming up into 5-pointed star. Heels in, toes out. And exhale, releasing down into goddess squat, horse pose. Hands come onto the thighs, lift up through the chest. Dip into the right shoulder, looking over the left. Inhale through to center. Exhale, looking over the right. We do this 3 times. See if you can match the movement and the breath. In and out. Last one. To each side. Coming back through, straighten the legs, 5-pointed star. Heel toe the feet in, bend the knees, maybe jump. Releasing the left hand down to the side, we go over with the body. Come back through to center. Feel the length from that hip all the way to the armpit as you stretch. Come back through to midline, and we release the arms round and down, and hands scoop up to prayer. Good. Shake it out. Just feel a little opening in the body. Move around. Little movements, little shimmies. Good. And then we're going to sway from side to side onto each foot. Little kind of hold. So breathe in, hold, breathe out, hold. Breathe in, release, and over and up. Good. 2 more. Nice slow motion. Feel into the whole leg on the floor. Come back through to center. And then we're going to bend into the knees and do the same onto the heels. The little movement with arms going back and forth. You can have straight arms or bent elbows. Just seeing if we can get nice strong legs. Good. Coming through to standing. Press down into your right leg and bring your left knee up into the middle of your chest, maybe interlacing your hands over. And then you can see, can I hook my right hand over the left foot? Maybe making a little shelf with them. Bend into your bottom leg, feel a little extra strength in your standing leg. And maybe you can see if you can give it a little kind of sway on the hips. Good, focus, control. And then straightening into the front leg. See if you can hook the top of the leg and bring the knee down, going into your half lotus with the leg. Other options here, going into tree pose. Make sure that your foot is not on the knee, but it's above the knee or below the knee. If you're into that half lotus, awesome. If not, also awesome. Bring your hands into lotus flower at your heart space as well. Wherever you are, no judging. And then we're going to bring our arms up above our heads into that lotus flower. The lotus flower that grows out of the mud into the moonlight. And then spreading those petals all the way around us. Nice feeling of light all the way around. And then bring it back through to heart, lotus flower of love. We see if we can bring our hands back onto either side of the leg and lift it forward. Hug that knee now into the chest. Bring your right hand onto your right hip. Slide your left hand onto the front of the leg and send it back. See if you can bring the knees in line. Good. You're holding onto the outer edge of that foot. See if you can bring your right arm up in line with your ears and lift up through the chest. And like you seesaw the body forward and you kick that back foot behind you, maybe we can reach ourselves forward into a kind of dancer. Good, well done. I know that standing leg is feeling it, man, feeling it. Hug that knee last time into the chest. And then we bring it down through to standing. Shake it up through the bottom leg. Thank that standing leg for doing that. Well done. Yeah. All right. Standing now onto the left leg. If you know you can, bring your hands behind the knees, maybe over the front of the knees. Lift the leg up. Open the shoulders back. Level out. See if you can hold onto the outer edge of the foot and the top of the knee. Maybe there could be a little sway, bend into the bottom leg for a little bit of extra security if you need it. And we're going to see, can I bring my top hand really like over the front of the foot and bring the knee down, half lotus. Maybe the one hand into the half flower at the heart. Other options, let's go for tree poses with the legs. Make sure you're not on the knee. Bringing your hands into that lotus flower at your heart space. Find the stillness within that sends that flower up above you. Out through the mud, up to the moonlight. And then release the petals and make a nice big circle all the way around your body. And bring it back into the heart. Then we're going to bring that knee back up through to center, left hand onto hip. Slide the top hand down the shin to the front of the foot and bring it back in line with your standing leg. Arm comes up in line with your ears, reaching up. And then we send it back, draw ourselves forward. Lift through that back foot. Come back through to standing. Hug that knee one last time into the chest. And we bring it down. Thank you for doing the little, now you do a little dance. There, here, you freestyle it. Do whatever makes you feel good. That was dancer pose, but this is the real dancer pose. Yeah, okay. I don't think I'm very good. Cool. All right, let's go to the top of our mat. Heels in, toes out, bend into the knees. Slide your hands down the sides and come down into Malasana squat. Elbows touching onto the inside of the knees, hands to prayer, thumbs into the midline and lift through the spine. Deep breath in and out here. See if you can stay here for 5 breaths. So 4 more breaths left. See if you can release yourself a little bit more into the heels. Lengthen through the back of the neck. 2 more breaths. Keep them slow, keep them steady. Last one. And you can either see if you can get your tail down slowly without the hands, or bring your hands to slightly touch the floor and bring your bum down to the mat. Feet together, knees apart, in butterfly legs or Baddha Konasana legs, as we like to call it. And then let's give our feet a little massage here. So much gratitude to the soles of our feet that carry us and look after us all the time, carrying us to places, walking where we need to go, even if it's to the car in the rain. Big toes. I'm going to give myself a nice little front foot massage, middle, into the heel. You be you, boo-boo. Feel where, even the ankles, feel where you could express a little bit more love, tenderness to these tiny little vessels that carry us. Pinky toes, ring toes, middle toes, second toes, big toes. And then we bring our hands around the knees, lifting the knees up. Roll yourself over to the long side of the mat. This is now where we're going to need our block. So bring your block close by on the ready for when we need it. And we bring our hands either behind us, or we do it without the hands, bringing the hands next to the sides, lifting through the chest. And with every exhale, release the spine down, a vertebra or 3 or 2 at a time. Let's try and do it in 8 exhales. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Tuck the shoulders under. Feel the length in the back of the neck. Walk your feet in towards you. Maybe touching the back of your heels with your middle fingers, rolling the shoulder blades under. Lift the tail up and then bring the tail back down onto the mat. And then feel a nice flat spine against the mat and draw the bum down. Bring the legs up into the chest and then flex the feet and see if you can get your feet parallel to the ceiling into a legs up the wall pose. And then bring your arms up like Michael Jackson's Thriller arms. You flop the arms down and they're stacked up in line with the shoulders. Allow the lymph to drain now from the feet and the hands. The heart shouldn't have to work too hard now to pump the blood down to the feet. The body gets a little bit of a relaxed or rest into its energy. Keep breathing. And then bending into the elbows and the knees, we just make little circular motions into those joints, giving them a little oil up. And you can make this a kind of nice fluid movement, and you can change direction. You're just allowing everything to kind of release. Then hugging your hands behind the knees, hug the knees into the chest. Maybe you'd like to bring your nose up between the knees or keep your head down. And we bring the feet back down into the mat in line with the tailbones. Again, touching the tips of the heels and then shimmying your shoulder blades together, lifting up and open the heart space. Pressing into the feet, lift up through the tail. Now take the block. You can go onto either the first setting or the second setting behind that sweet spot, that little triangle at the back of your hips, maybe onto the lower setting. So you can just get that natural arch in the lower spine. Then we're going to keep our feet hip distance apart, maybe move them a little bit further away from you. Bring the right knee up into the chest, and then bring that right leg up and over the left into a figure 4. See now if you can lift your left foot up, lift the heel up, here the ball of the foot, and then lift the left leg up towards the chest. Keep the body straight, shoulders down, there's no stress in the neck. And then straighten the left foot, see if you can go for a flat foot towards the ceiling, a nice legs up the wall feel with the opening of the right hip. Maybe you'd like to bring your hands up to the long leg. You could even stretch over towards the calf or the shin. Perhaps the leg starts coming towards you a little bit. It's like a reverse pigeon here, you could say. Reverse pigeon pose. Feel like you can breathe into the whole front body, even though there is a little bit of a fold going on here. Then releasing the top leg, and with control, let your leg come down to the floor and your arms down next to your sides. Bring your right leg down, touch the back of the heels. Make sure that everything is back into alignment on the floor. And then bringing your left leg up into the chest, hugging the knee in. And we flick that left foot onto the right thigh into figure 4. Lifting the right heel, being on the ball of the right foot. Bringing the right knee up and then flexing the right foot to the ceiling. Flat foot, parallel. Maybe bringing your hands now up and over to the right calf, shin, fold, stretch, touch. And then gently with control, bending into the right knee, placing the right leg onto the mat. Hands down next to the sides, left leg comes down, heel toe the feet up to center, lifting up off the heels onto the balls of both feet. Lift your pelvis off the block and release the block out to the side. Rolling down one vertebra at a time till the whole spine touches down into the mat. Bring your arms out into cactus arms, palms facing up, heel toe the feet as wide as the mat now. And then like you windshield wipe your knees, let your knees just release down to the left. Keep your feet where they are. And a release in the hips, shoulders down. Open the chest. Catch your breath. Relax the jaw. Next breath in, bring the knees back up through to center, length in the spine, and then exhale, draw the knees over to the other side. Feet stay where they are. Don't lose the momentum of the breath. Keep the mind on the breath, as well as the stretch just occurring in the body. Then the next inhale, knees come back up through to center, heel toe the feet into the middle, and then lift your knees up into your arms as you give yourself a nice hug here, making yourself into a tiny little ball. Maybe you'd like to sway a little from side to side, giving the lower back a nice massage on the mat. And then from this little ball, be still in the middle. And with that stillness, unravel and bring yourself towards Shavasana. If you need a blanket, maybe you can bring your blanket over you or the top over you. Find a nice, comfortable way to be for a couple of minutes. Give yourself a moment of stillness. Relax the body. As I play the Tingshi bells 3 times, use that to journey yourself into the gift of real stillness for the body. With stillness, we create regeneration, restoration, and sleep. Allow yourself to begin to take deeper and fuller breaths as you feel the air rising in the belly when you breathe in and sinking as you breathe out. With your next inhale, feel that energy moving down all the way to the base of your feet, the soles of your feet, and spread into the toes. With the exhale, wiggle into the toes. Inhale, spread into your palms of your hand. And exhale, touch onto each fingerprint. Feeling the back of your skull resting on the mat. And then bending into your knees one by one. Bringing the knees into the chest, being mindful. Rolling over onto whichever side serves you best. As we come up to a comfortable seat to finish the circle of our practice together. Sitting up nice and tall, bringing the hands to center in Namaste. Inhale, reach your arms open, roll the chin to the ceiling. Exhale, reaching forward, touching the hands together. Inhale, hands come back through to heart. Round our heads. Namaste. Thank you.